Hi, my name is Marlene Tafoya, and this is my performance piece called Tortillas. Here I am actually doing a site-specific performance. It is on the corner of Anaheim and Avalon, and those in the community were able to come and grab a tortilla and throw it at me. During performances, I try to get in this meditative state where my body is there, but my head is somewhere else, and I'm trying to really like conceptualize what's going on. But I'm really there. Let's see, trying to stay calm, very angry at the same time, and sad because I'm thinking about why I'm doing this and how these tortillas are a metaphor for how I feel when different projections are made upon me. I use this staple, you know, the maíz tortilla, which is obviously the name of the piece, to reference all of those judgments. I also wanted to sort of touch base on the whole idea of casting a stone.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so different biblical references that this video explores, along with other videos I did with this video, or different performances that I combined with this video that aren't shown here. But yeah, so there are different biblical references. If you look at the close-up, you can see substance.
Yeah, it looks like you're coated with something.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
So what is that substance?
That is syrup. So,
okay, wow.
Yeah, so I actually was sticky for a very long time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, syrup was placed all over my body in order
for them to stick.
Yeah, to stick. Exactly.
Great. Do you have an intention as far as what you want people to take away from this, or are you just trying to get them to kind of contemplate these symbols in combination with like this vulnerability, or?
Yeah, so I think all of those points are valid, and definitely want people to be contemplated. I want them to be in this moment with me, and although it feels very fun and to throw a tortilla, I also think that by me being there, being very vulnerable, it'll make them question why I'm doing this.
Right.
And I think that them being confronted in that way was my intent. Yeah.
Great. Well, I think it's a successful piece, and I'm glad you're part of the show.
Thank you.
Marlene. If you have anything to note, because you are a CSULB alum, as far as like how your education prepared you to go into a more professional artist role.
Okay. Definitely. For one, I actually did study abroad while I was here, and I feel like that experience was amazing. I was submerged into a different culture. And
where did you go abroad?
Oh, I went to China. So,
oh, wow.
So being there as a brown female, already coming from a place where I'm looked at a certain way, as I was there, I felt it 10 times greater, but not to say that my experience was any less enjoyment, but I think that experience made me look at myself a lot more coming back here, and I felt that really pushed my work a lot. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I didn't really put those pieces together, but yeah, so that was one highlight of my college experience that I will forever be grateful for, along with the professors that I was able to study under. So I was actually a photo major, studio arts with the emphasis in photography, and it wasn't until my last semester where I started to dabble in with performance, and I feel like a lot of artists that I was studying at the time. Let's see, Latoya Ruby Frazier was one. Francesca Frini. Let's see. So a lot of different artists that I, wouldn't have come across if I, didn't have these professors to guide me and lead me in that direction, to look them up and watch their performances, or
Yeah, they helped you find artists that they thought your practice was kind of aligned with, that you could draw from as influences, but while still like honing your own kind of voice, right?
Exactly.
That's what's really important. And yeah, your study abroad experience is super interesting too, because it sounds like you got kind of a global perspective. Any advice for students that are struggling or that are just trying to figure out what to do as far as taking the next step with, anything that's worked for you for getting your artwork out in the world?
Okay. I guess one of my biggest advice would be don't stop. Even though there are times where all artists, all people, face self-doubt and don't know if what they're doing is important or fulfilling in any sort of way. But I think the drive that you have, even if it's a little bit, you need to hone in and push yourself to continue creating.
Yeah, I think Mario would say it's like the Nike "just do it," right?
Just do it. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
keep going, persevere.
Exactly, and not form a collective, but surround yourself with different creatives, and I think that's important to continue working.
Yeah, and you'll be on our Collectives and Collaborations panel on the closing day of Call and Response at 3:30 p.m. So Marlene can talk more about her participation in the collective FA4, which brings together a lot of different CSULB alumna and alumni. So yeah, definitely stay tuned, and we will, don't stop creating. Thank you, Marlene.
Thank you.
Great.